4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register, and we appreciate you tuning us in this week. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will have Model Lab girls basketball coach Lee Cummins, along with her 3 seniors, Kenzie Ferguson, Keaton Hall, and Taylor LeComte. They're going to be here to tell us about their season so far and to give us a preview of the 11th Region All-A Tournament, which gets underway tomorrow over at Model. But as we always do, to start off the show, we like to give a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And even though we had the Mother Nature threw a little curveball into the schedule this week, and we had a couple of days without any action, we still have plenty of stuff to tell you about. And we're going to start off with EKU basketball, and in particular the EKU women. They are 2-0 in the A-Sun after a pair of wins last week. 61-46 win at home over Central Arkansas on Wednesday, and a 61-47 win Saturday up at Bellarmine. And it was big fourth quarters in each game that carried them to victories, and EKU women have now won 5 straight. That's their longest winning streak since the 2013-2014 season. We'll start off with the Wednesday game against Central Arkansas. Berea Bass, the super senior, was out with a foot injury, but the Colonels outscored the Sugar Bears 15-8 in the fourth quarter to pick up the victory. It was Jayla Johnson with 19 points, Alicia Recanati with 13 points and 5 assists, Bree Crittenden with 8 points, and Emma Hacker with 9 points. And after the game, here's Greg Todd talking about getting that win in the first ever A-Sun game for the Colonels.
Pleased with their overall effort as a team. We knew there would be a scrappy group that plays hard defensively, and knew that scoring would be not an easy chore tonight, so we did a good job. I felt like moving the ball at times, and obviously if you can go 17 out of 20 from the free throw line, that's a good night. 85% there. 8 out of 16 from three-point land is the best we've had this season. So we're extremely happy with those 2 statistics. I'd like for us to have operated a little better inside the three-point line. They jammed it up. We made too many turnovers inside the three-point line, and did not make the best decisions. But our girls fought hard. I felt like defensively we did some good things. We knew the scout did overall a good job. They have some great rebounders, and disappointed they had 15 offensive rebounds, but still I think anytime you hold a conference team to 46 points, you got to be pleased with your defensive effort. And I thought overall a good opening game, and got to continue to move forward in this conference, but was pleased with our team.
All right, well, that game between EKU and Central Arkansas featured 46 combined turnovers on Wednesday, 26 of them by the Sugar Bears, but the Colonels do pick up the victory. On Saturday up in Louisville, the Colonels were once again without Berea Bass, and also without Ariel Kirkwood, who suffered a concussion. But once again, a big fourth quarter lifted the Colonels to a victory. A 10-0 run, part of a 21-9 advantage in the final period, and lifted EKU to a victory. Alicia Recanati with 17 points and 4 assists. Jayla Johnson, 16 points, and Aaliyah Green, 11 points and 11 rebounds. EKU 9-6 on the season. Be back in action Wednesday at North Alabama. The EKU men, the opening week of A-Sun play was not as kind to them. A pair of losses to go to 0-2. On Tuesday at McBrayer Arena, it was a 79-72 loss to Central Arkansas. And on Saturday up at Freedom Hall, it was a 66-61 loss to Bellarmine. And in the Tuesday game against Central Arkansas, EKU did not have Braxton Beverly, Kurt Lewis, or Jansen Williams because of health and safety protocol issues. The Colonels shot just 35%, or 8 of 33 from three-point range, and suffered a setback at home. It was Cooper Robb with 18 points, Devontae Blanton 15 points and 11 rebounds, and Jamaru Brown with 15 points. And after the game, Coach A.W. Hamilton talked about the loss in EKU's first ever A-Sun game.
Dug ourselves a hole, and you know we couldn't overcome it. We didn't have enough bodies to overcome that in the second half. We fought in the second half. We played a lot better in the second half. We got away from just one-on-one basketball. The switching in the first half caused us to just play one-on-one basketball. We hadn't done that in a long time. I have to go back and look at the film, but we haven't done that in a long time. Really disappointed how we started the game, how we played the whole first half. But give Central Arkansas a lot of credit. They came in here, they played really well, they fought like crazy. And we shoot 35%, we shoot 24% from the three. You're not going to win many games doing that.
Yeah, what was the message at halftime? You guys came out, got the lead back again. What was the message for you guys?
It's hard for me to tell you the message because this is on film. But we responded, and I'm proud of how we responded. We got a tough, gritty group of guys, and we responded. We started moving the ball. We started getting really good shots. We started attacking the basket. Disappointed that we only got to the free throw line 10 times because we were attacking the basket. But it is what it is. It just happens like that sometimes. So we foul a lot, and sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't. But we responded in the second half.
All right, on Saturday up at Freedom Hall, EKU was back at full strength as Braxton Beverly, Jansen Williams, and Kurt Lewis were all back in the lineup. But the Knights came out fast and built a 20-point first-half lead. EKU battled back and got within 2 points, but just was not able to overcome that hump and ever get back in front. But it was Jansen Williams, 15 points, Kurt Lewis, 12 points, Rashard Cruikshank, 11 points, and Devontae Blanton with 8 points and 8 rebounds. EKU will be back in action Tuesday at North Alabama. The Berea College men's and women's basketball teams were back in action on Saturday after their holiday break. We'll start off with the women. They hadn't played a game in 3 weeks, but they came out strong. 19-4 early lead against Agnes Scott and rolled to a 63-40 win Saturday at home over their conference rivals. Berea College women now 10-3 on the season, 5-0 in the USA South. 4 straight wins. It was Bailey Vanover, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. Aaliyah Hampton, 16 points. Destiny Combs, 7 points and 6 rebounds. And after the game, we had a chance to talk to Bailey Vanover and Aaliyah Hampton. We're here at the Seabury Center at Berea College where the Lady Mountaineers have picked up a 63-40 win over Agnes Scott to go to 10-3 on the season, 5-0 in the USA South. That's Bailey Vanover. That's Aaliyah Hampton. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, Bailey, we were just kind of joking off camera there. It's been about 3 weeks since you guys played, so kind of how do you stay fresh, and when did you guys get back on campus and actually start practicing again?
The snowstorm kind of threw a wrench in things, so we were supposed to come back Thursday, and then not everybody could get here, so we ended up getting all together for the first time on Friday, yesterday, and we got a good practice in and came in earlier today, shot around, and played the game, but I think we still got some work to do to get back into things, so we'll come in and practice tomorrow on Monday, and then leave on Tuesday and get ready for 2 big conference games. So. Well,
yeah, you guys been out 17-4, so you weren't too rusty, I guess.
Right.
So what was the opening minutes there like?
Oh, God, it was rough. I was tired because it's been a long 3 weeks. So, just getting back in the groove, it has been hard. But like she said, we had a good practice yesterday, and we're going to have practice tomorrow and Monday, and get ready to finish the conference out.
Yeah, and this is the world we live in. Tomorrow's game is canceled. So, so you do have the big one Wednesday is that Piedmont on Wednesday?
Covenant
on Wednesday.
But tomorrow was going to be another chance for us to get our legs back and get running up and down the floor, but we never know what's happening with COVID now, so practice instead and hopefully just get in there and get our legs going and get some more shots up and feel more comfortable, get back into the groove of things.
Yeah, I think on Twitter, I think your mom is one of our biggest followers on Twitter. Do you want to give a shout out to your mom here?
Mom, you are our biggest friend. She was gonna come today, but the snowstorm ruined a lot of things, but she's so excited to come to our next conference game.
Okay. Well, hi, Mom. We'll see you next time. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
The Berea College men were also back in action following their holiday break on Saturday, and they suffered a 96-70 loss at Asbury over in Wilmore. and it was Isaac Caudle with 17 points, Trey Minner with 15 points, Kavion Hudson with 10 points and 6 rebounds, and Jerome Montgomery with 10 points and 5 rebounds. The Mountaineers 4-8 on the season, 0-1 in USA South Conference play. They'll return to league play on Wednesday at Covenant College. That's a doubleheader with the men and women down there on Wednesday down in Lookout Mountain, Georgia. The weather kind of put a damper on a lot of the high school basketball schedule for the week. But we did have some games to report on and some interesting stuff to tell you about. Madison Central boys basketball got a couple of games in. On Tuesday, they suffered a 70-53 loss at Dunbar, but then bounced back on Saturday with a 74-69 win over Harlan County at the Tim Short Automotive Classic in Clark County. We'll start off with the game against Dunbar. It was Jaden West with 12 points, Jalen Davis with 11 points, Robbie Todd with 11 points, and Will Harden also with 11 points. Now, on Saturday, over in Winchester, it was the Indians snapping a 3-game losing streak thanks to a tremendous performance by senior Will Harden. 37 points, 15 rebounds, 16 of 20 from the free throw line. He hit 8 of 8 free throws in the final 2 minutes as the Indians picked up a win over Harlan County. Jalen Davis also with 21 points in that game, and Trey Skaggs with 10 points. And after the game, had a chance to talk to Coach Alan Feldhaus and Will Harden.
All right, we're here at George Rogers Clark High School, where Madison Central has defeated Harlan County 74-69. That's Coach Alan Feldhaus. That's Will Harden. And Coach, is a 1-point game with 2 minutes left. This is the guy you won at the free throw line, one of the best free throw shooters in the state. And he had 8 of 8 in the last 2 minutes.
Couldn't tell it tonight, though. He missed 4 that morning. I think he missed 3 going into this game. I think he missed 4 tonight, but he didn't miss any there in the fourth quarter. I think, truthfully, I think he had 20 points in the fourth quarter. And we said going in, they really only had one big kid, so he's either going to have to guard Will, he's going to have to guard Robbie. Whichever one he didn't guard, we were going to go inside. So that's what we were trying to do, just over and over again in the second half. Go to Will because he had somebody smaller on him. He's smart, patient, makes good decisions.
I know you're. Have you looked at the stat sheet? 37 and 15.
That's what he said.
Is that crazy or what?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I told him though. Dang, he should have had 40. Dang, just 4 free throws. He should have had 40.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys obviously shorthanded and even more shorthanded now without Jaden West. But you guys, I mean, you have the 4 starters. You mix some other kids in the first half to get them a little bit of a blow, but you're going to just ride those guys.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. I thought those 3. That's what we just told them. Just come in and be tough, guard, and take care of the name basketball. And all 3 of them. I thought they gave us positive minutes when they were in there. We just got to be very, 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 very smart. And I thought the other guys did a good job. All right, we knew we had to go to Will because he had a mismatch, and I thought they did a good job getting the basketball and riding it. And what kind of got confused me, they never could really double. They know Will, if they double, he's going to find the open man. So I was proud of them for recognizing what we needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, you 4 starters in particular know you're going to basically play 40 every night, and you guys kind of embrace that role.
We just got to play smart and not get in foul trouble either, too. So.
And the Noah kid for them was averaging 25. And Robbie Todd did one heck of a job. I think he was 4 out of 14, only had 13 points. A little freshman point guard they had. I mean, he hit some shots. He ended up with 25 or 6. I thought Jalen really did a good job on him when we switched him over to him there. And that little bit extra length. So they're good at it.
Indians will be back in action Monday down at North Laurel. Madison's Southern boys basketball team only got 1 game in last week because of some cancellations. It was Saturday. They took on 11th region rival Great Crossing over in, actually the game was played at Ferristown Middle School as they're finishing up the remodeling of the court over at Madison Southern. But the Eagles jumped out to a 15-5 lead and had it rolling there pretty good for a while, but Great Crossing came back to take a 23-22 lead at the half and went on to pick up a 63-54 victory. Jay Rose, 12 points and 5 rebounds. Braden Hudson with 11 points and 9 rebounds. Kyle Linville with 9 points. And after the game, we had a chance to talk to Southern coach Austin Newton.
We're here at Ferristown Middle School with Madison Southern coach Austin Newton. Eagles suffer a 63-54 loss to a really good Great Crossing team tonight. You guys jumped out to an early lead. You did a lot of good things tonight, Coach. I know disappointed you didn't get a win. But I'm sure when you go back and look at it, you'll have lots of good things to take from it.
we ran out of gas there in the second half, and we didn't shoot the ball well at all. So our biggest concern coming in the game was how we were going to guard them and how we were going to rebound against their length. And I think we out-rebounded them by 13. We had 39 rebounds to their 26. So we did what we wanted to on the defensive and the rebounding end. We just had trouble making shots. We had some open looks that just didn't go down for us. And we hadn't been able to practice the last 2 days because of the snow and not being in school. So we had a shoot around this morning, and it just showed that we've had a couple days off.
Yeah, you guys go 15-5 though against one of the better teams in the 11th region. I mean, it shows that your kids aren't scared. I mean, they go against anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, our kids they've played hard all year. We've battled a lot of adversity. You know, we've had some injuries, and our kids just continue to play hard. We got guys playing, freshmen stepping in and playing huge minutes for us, and I never complain about our team's effort because they always fight and they really compete. We got to get back to practice and getting ourselves in great shape.
Okay. Kyle Linville had 3 threes and kind of got you back in it there in the second half.
Yeah, so Kyle went to middle school here, and he's comfortable shooting in this gym, and that's what we need Kyle Linville to do. We need him to make threes, and he started the last 2 games for us just because he's making shots. So we need him to continue to make them.
All right, what's the schedule look like next week with all the reschedules?
Yeah, so we're at Estill County on Tuesday, and then we've rescheduled East Jessamine. That'll be our first game on our new court on Thursday night, and then on Saturday we go to Boyle County.
All right, well, congratulations. We'll see you next time.
All right, the Eagles will be back in action Tuesday at Estill County. The Model Patriots got just 1 game in this week, and that was on Tuesday. They went over to Harrodsburg and suffered a 78-47 loss to Mercer County. It was Cale Vickers with 13 points, Thomas Luxon with 12 points, Keshav Bondari with 10 points, and Patriots are now 3-9 on the season. They'll be back in action Thursday in the semifinals of the All-A Classic, which is being played at Model. Also, the Berea Community Pirates only got 1 game in last week, and that was on Monday, their first home game of the season. They had not played a home game in 299 days, and it was a 61-37 loss to Casey County. It was Quentin Morgan with 12 points and Cannon Cummins with 10 points. Berea now 2-11 on the season. They will be back in action Tuesday versus Trinity Christian in the 11th Region All-A Classic over at Model. Moving on to high school girls basketball action. The Berea Community Lady Pirates got just 1 game in this week as well, but it was a victory on Saturday over North Oldham, 68-49 at the Bluegrass Orthopedic Penn Station Classic in Franklin County. It was Madison Howe with 18 points, Abby Beard with 15 points, Alexis Newman 12 points, Chesney Levins with 12 points and 6 rebounds. And the Lady Pirates shot 51% from the field as they go to 12-1 on the season. Back in action Monday versus LCA in the first round of the 11th Region All-A Classic at Model. And the winner of that one will play Model in the second round on Wednesday. Madison Central girls basketball team did not play a game this week, but there was certainly some stuff to report on with that team. Shortly after we finished filming this show on last Sunday, we got word that Brad Lovely had resigned as the coach over there. He had New Year's Eve night, he had gotten a DUI and had stepped down from his position on Sunday. We learned on Monday that Athletic Director Robbie Cooksey had taken over as the interim head coach. Robbie, of course, was the head coach there for 11 years, won 2 region championships as the head coach there. But they did not play this past week, and they are scheduled to go back into action Wednesday at Great Crossing. The Model Lady Patriots, who we'll talk to here in just a minute, had just 1 game this week as well, a 55-44 loss at home Monday to Estill County. It was Keaton Hall with 25 points and 10 rebounds. Taylor LeCompte with 9 points and 9 rebounds. Maya Bondari with 8 points as well. The Patriots shot just 37%, were 7 of 14 from the free throw line, and as they fall to 11-5 on the season. And like we just said a minute ago, they'll return to action Wednesday in the semifinals of the 11th Region All-A Classic at Model, where they will face either Berea or LCA. The Madison Southern Lady Eagles had a couple of games this week. On Tuesday, they picked up a very impressive 52-41 win over Frederick Douglass up in Lexington. And then on Saturday, suffered a 49-42 loss at Garrett County. We'll start off with the The victory on Tuesday, it was Hadley French with 22 points in the win over Frederick Douglass, Macy Daniels with 13 points and 6 rebounds, and Morgan Flannery with 8 points. And after the game, our buddy Ricky Elkins got a chance to talk to Madison Southern assistant coach Kent Miller, who was filling in for the head coach who was unavailable.
This is Coach Kent Miller of the Madison Southern Lady Eagles. Big win here tonight in Lexington, and it's a big win when you come up here up north to these Lexington schools and take a big win, Coach.
Yeah, I understand that. I coached here for a number of years, coaching guys, and I know there's sort of a stigma to the Lexington teams. Told our girls before that we were just as good as them, that we could play with them all night long. Coach Curtis did the same thing. Told them for a couple of days now that we were able to play with them. Tonight we did, and we knocked some shots down, which we hadn't been doing lately, and we looked pretty good doing it.
What do you think was the key to the game? I know that you played neck and neck pretty much the first half.
Yeah, our defense was phenomenal. Can't say enough about Morgan Flannery playing defense on their best player. She's always undersized, and a lot of kids she plays. Sometimes she just does a great job of playing defense. We played good collective team defense. Shutting some of their players down that we needed to shut down, and I think we had them frustrated.
A lot of physical play there in the second half, but the girls seemed to kind of keep calm.
Yeah, very physical, and that's okay. That's okay. We tell them all the time. The game's a physical game. You got to be able to play through some things, especially on the road. And I thought we handled it very well. Like you said, we kept our cool, and we knocked some free throws down too.
So, what about your next game coming up?
We got Boyle County this Friday.
Okay.
And that's a long way off from me. I'm going to enjoy this one right now.
Okay. Congratulations, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, sir, very much.
And on Saturday, the Lady Eagles were handed a loss by Garrett County. It was Hadley French with 13 points, Morgan Flannery with 9 points, and Bella Moberly with 8 points as well. Lady Eagles will be back in action Tuesday at home against West Jessamine. High school wrestling to report. Madison Central's wrestling team on Wednesday celebrated senior night with a pair of victories at home. Beat Frederick Douglass 37-26, and then beat McCreary Central 57-24. And then on Saturday, the Indians finished second at the Anderson County Bearcat Invitational with 177 points. Jonathan Gilbert at 126, Jeffrey Kinley at 165, and Kyron Jackson at 285 all took first place in their weight classes. So that's the week that was in Madison County sports. Coming up here in just a minute after this break, we'll be back with Model Lab girls coach Lee Cummins along with Kenzie Ferguson.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Hey Madison County, I'm Emma Rupert here at the Citrus Bowl, and I just want to say hi to everyone back home. Go Cats!
Welcome back. We are joined by model coach Lee Cummins and senior Kenzie Ferguson. Thanks so much for being here on a nasty, cold, rainy Sunday afternoon. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right. You guys 11-5 on the season. This continues the upward trajectory of this program. It's been quite remarkable. You guys a couple of years ago were 2-24, but now 4 straight seasons with 10 or more wins. So it's been quite a success story around your program for the last few years.
Yes, and we're continuing to build on that success. And with these 3 seniors, I couldn't be more proud of the way that we're performing as a team, the way that they're leading the team. And, you know, what's most exciting to me is that, quite honestly, we haven't played our best basketball yet. So I'm still waiting to see what that's going to look like when we have everyone healthy and we're peaking, because we haven't played the best basketball yet.
Yeah, heading into the All-A Classic this week. You guys going to host that thing, so it's always fun to get to be the host school. Berea got to host it last year and won it on their home court. So it's a big opportunity for you guys to host that thing and maybe try to win it for the first time ever.
Yes, we are going to miss Kinsey. She's averaging double figures for us. One of our top rebounders. So her being out is going to hurt, and we're going to miss that effort. But we're going to have her back healthy, probably within the next 7 to 10 days. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was right before Christmas, right? And
Yeah.
you'd played, and you guys were playing in the Sayer tournament up there. You played in the first 2 games, and then what happened? I mean, was it?
I actually had pain before the game, and I just took some medicine, and I was like, I'm playing this game. I got to be on the bus at 12. So I went, I played. I was in pain again after, and not too long I was in the hospital having surgery, and it was insane. I remember calling Lee when I got the news, and she was like, okay, girl. Like, she was like, I think she was as shocked as I was. I think I first called Keaton's family, and I was worried, and I was just like, all I could think in my head was, if I have surgery, like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. But I luckily went to the doctor a couple days ago, and I got great news that I can start running. I'm going to be practicing this week, and all I can hope is that it'll be a quick recovery, and I'll be back.
Yeah, it was an emergency appendectomy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever figure at like 17, 18 years old that would happen to you? I mean, I can't imagine.
No. She's like, this is normal usually for like you being 9 or 10, like usually ain't common for your age, but she's like, it happens, and honestly, there's nothing like you can do about it. It just happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, you just felt some pain, and kind of when the thing burst, what was that like?
Well, it didn't technically burst. They
Okay.
said it started leaking, but I was definitely in pain, and I honestly have a huge pain tolerance. I did not go to the doctor because I do not like the mist, to be honest. And once I was there, I could just tell my body was not right. And once they told me, it was no surprise that I had surgery. Luckily, it was a pretty okay surgery. There was some infection and stuff, but they said that I would be back in a couple weeks, so that's the good part. I will be back, so it's all that matters.
Yeah. What time frame do you think? What are you kind of highlighting to be your return? Any idea, kind of date or anything?
I don't have a set date. It all depends on my body. When I have no more pain in the surgical areas that I did have surgery. I have been running the last 2 days, even though we've been in the snow. I've been running that way I could get. It all depends. I know I won't be playing first game. Whether I could play Saturday or not will still determine how my body is. I'm not going to rush back. If I feel like I need the next couple days, then I'm going to wait. So it all just depends on how my body feels.
Yeah, like I said, a big loss to you guys because not only is she an important part of your team, but you guys, like a lot of small schools, you don't have a lot of depth, and so it last 2 weeks or so has been kind of tough.
Exactly, and Kinsey does a lot of things that don't show up in a stat report. I mean, the toughness, the boxing out, one of our best defenders on the floor. She just does the hustle, the 110%, the floor leadership. We miss all those things when she's not there. So.
Yeah. And I mean, Kinsey, you were on that 2 and 24 team, and it's kind of amazing how the program has changed around and the success you guys have had the last few years.
Yeah, I actually haven't missed a game since my freshman year up until this season. So I've been a part of all of those big achievements that, I mean, I wasn't there. I give huge shout out to the girls that were there before me because I was not on that team when they only had those 2 wins. I came to the model knowing, well, the team had 2 wins the year before I came. And I just, my heart went out to the girls that I was starting with because they stayed. If they wouldn't have stayed that next year, there probably wouldn't have been a team when I came to model. So, honestly, I go huge success to McKenna and Savannah and all those girls that were still there when I came because we just built upon staying positive and changing the program around.
Yeah, well, those 3 seniors, 297 career games between the 3 of them. And, they've been kind of the backbone of this thing.
Absolutely. And, we're right where we wanted to be chasing 20. 20 would be the most wins in model history, and that's been our goal this season. So with 11, we're close. And if we finish the season strong, I think we can get there. So we're excited to, as I mentioned, continue to build upon the success and the winning culture that they have brought.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Berea wins tomorrow night, you guys would play them on Wednesday. That'd be a lot of fun. And it would guarantee a Madison County team in the championship again, so that would be good too. I mean, obviously they've won it 3 straight years in a row, but I'm sure even though you're probably not going to be able to play in that game, I'm sure the team's going to be very excited to try to get a shot to knock them off the crown there.
Yeah, and I definitely think that the girls who have stepped in to fill in my position has definitely filled in. Like, they put in the work, and I think they're doing great. I have full faith in my team being able to play just as good with me not there. I mean, I'm going to be right there cheering for them. I can tell when I've been out there with all them girls. I can tell when something's not going the way they want it to be. But I think as long as they are still positive and they're thinking that they can win this, then I full think that they could too. And I think that if they do make it to the next round, I mean, let's just say I could or not be there to help them, but I feel like I'll help them as much not being there as I would be there.
Yeah, well, in addition to these 3 seniors, you also have some other people we need to mention. I mean, E.K. Lawson is still just an 8th grader, but she's obviously already become an offensive force for you, kind of stepped up in your absence as well. Alyssa Hudson, Amaya Bondari, she played really well the other day against Estill County. So you've got some other kids. Obviously, these three seniors are obviously very important to what you guys do, but you've got some good supporting cast there too.
Absolutely, and E.K. Lawson is, I think she's second in terms of rebounding for the team. I mean, she's doing a lot to help us in her role, and you know. It's right that Maya Bandari has stepped up big time for us, and she's really embraced the moment. She's getting minutes, a lot of minutes that maybe she normally would not have gotten, and she has demonstrated time and time again that she's an excellent defender. She can run in transition, she can score, so yeah, I feel really good about the team is starting to learn their roles. We're at that point when I said we haven't played our best basketball yet, but it's exciting because each member of the team is embracing their role, and I can see it coming together. So I'm hoping that we're going to see the culmination of that, and we're going to see a team that's peaking when we get into February.
Yeah. And you had been on the staff for a few seasons, and I really didn't know much about you until I talked to you during the preseason. But if people don't know, you played collegiately at Old Dominion University, won a Sun Belt Conference championship. You guys got to the second round of the NCAA tournament one year.
Yes.
So I didn't know that about you until just recently, but you got a pretty good background.
Oh, you know, I love the game, and I have a passion for the game. And when I had an opportunity to get back on the floor in a coaching capacity, it was exciting for me. And I have just enjoyed watching these 3 seniors grow and watching them transform their individual games season after season. It's been very fulfilling. As a player, you know, it's a different experience, but watching them continue to chase their dreams and reach their individual best has absolutely been as thrilling as playing, if you can imagine. So.
Yeah, I think people don't remember too that Old Dominion University in women's basketball used to be a real national powerhouse back then. I grew up in that area down there, so I knew that, but they haven't been recently. But back then they were a top 25 team every year.
Yes, we were top 25 every year. It was an excellent experience playing for a top 25 collegiate team. Every day I was challenged. You know, every single day you go in, you're playing against a player of equal or greater talent, and it forces you to continue to grow as an individual and as a person. And it's many lessons that I learned playing at Old Dominion that I have tried to carry over at Model and work with the girls' work ethic. Some of the things that I learned, leadership, these are all important, and these are all things that will benefit you not only on the court but later in life when you're working in your job. So.
Yeah. 88 to 91 there, and we were kind of joking the other day about music, and you talk about like when you played and kind of the music you guys played before games to get hyped up compared to what they listen to now. And so you guys were you know you're old school like me. You're talking about like Metallica and
Bon Jovi. I've tried to introduce them to some of the greats, Aerosmith, and encourage that maybe we have a rotation of music on the bus for a little spice, a little variety. So.
What's on in the bus? You guys let her play that old stuff, or do you guys in the new stuff?
Be honest.
Keaton's over there shaking her head saying, no, we don't do the old stuff.
Keaton does not allow that to happen. Keaton's definitely over the music, and that does not make a decision.
Every generation's got to have their own thing, so that's all right. That's all right. Let them have their own thing. All right. Well, appreciate you guys coming in on a Sunday afternoon. Like I said, cold, nasty, rainy day, but it's going to be a lot of fun over at Model. All the games are going to be at Model Lab School, so it's kind of a small gym over there, but there's plenty of seats if you want to get over there and check it out. And it'll be all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the finals on Saturday. So appreciate you guys coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right. And coming up here in just a minute, we'll have Keaton Hall and Taylor LeCompte.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Hey Madison County, I'm Emma Rupert here at the Citrus Bowl, and I just want to say hi to everyone back home. Go Cats!
Welcome back. We are joined by Keaton Hall and Taylor LeCompte. Thanks, ladies, for coming in. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You were just here a few weeks ago, it seems like.
Yeah.
Well, we've obviously talked to Kenzie Ferguson a minute ago, but you three seniors have kind of been the backbone of this thing here for a long time. Like we said in the previous segment, 297 games between the three of you at the varsity level in the past 4/5 seasons. So just talk about the impact you guys have had on the program.
I think we're definitely a powerhouse class. I mean, me and Taylor have been here since, we played together in middle school, but we started playing up in 8th grade for varsity. So we got to kind of learn the culture, and that was our 2-win year. It was rough.
That's 2017, 2018 with 2 and 24.
Yeah. So we got our 2 transfers, and so we started to find our, rhythm. And so as we've each grown as people, as players, you can see our program has become rather successful, and Yeah.
A couple of years ago, you had 19 wins, school record, and obviously this year, you guys have made no secret about it. You want to get 20, you want to break that record, and you're 11-5. You're on pace to do that.
Yeah, that's one. I remember last year, all we wanted was to just get 20 wins. We just wanted the most wins, and if we made that, then we were happy. We were satisfied, and sadly, we didn't get it. So I think this year, especially, the 3 seniors, we all want that so bad because we all want to go out with a bang. We want to go out just with something to leave behind. And I think if we do that, then we'll all be very happy.
Yeah, COVID kind of killed that. You only played 21 games last year.
Yeah, we did. That was a big downside because Kenzie got COVID, Keaton, you got COVID, and then we had contact tracing, and not everybody was vaccinated. I don't think the vaccination was...
It wasn't even a thing last year that we were able to get, during
So that was a big setback, and having to sit out a lot of games and practices, that set us back.
Yeah, we still finished with 10 wins, though, so you've 4 straight 10-win seasons now. And you've taken on a much different role this year with McKenna Tuttle graduating. You've taken over as the point guard. You kind of prepared yourself for that, or did you know that was going to be the role you were going to play this year?
Yeah, I kind of knew that's the role I was going to have to step into. And, my primary position isn't a point guard. I'd much rather be playing a 2 or 3 because, that's what I do. That's what I've always done. I played point guard a little bit in middle school, so I kind of knew how to navigate around it. But I knew I was going to have to step into the role. And, it's not been, my teammates have made it easy for me, and it's not a huge transition because I would bring the ball up some even last year when McKenna was point guard just because we could both handle it. But, yeah, it's not been a huge shift, and my teammates have helped me be successful at it. So
yeah, no, you've certainly been successful. You had a triple-double, and you had a couple of other near triple-doubles as well. So you've had a pretty good run of it.
They definitely helped me out on that one. So
yeah. Well, Taylor, I don't know if people realize, but you have over 700 career points and over 700 career rebounds. You have been definitely the post presence for this. This program for the last, basically 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, we have never really had. We have obviously more guards and point guards than we do posts. We only have 2 posts, me and Avery Tuttle. That's kind of the only 2 that we have that can get inside and, get what we need to get done. And, whenever I'm not feeling, whenever I need a break or I need to sit out, and Avery can come in and she can just do everything. She's really good. She's a big help.
Yeah, and before you had the two Jacksons, Emily and Lauren. Did you learn a lot from them? I think they were before you, right?
They were before me, but I remember we, during our 8th grade year, I would go in and practice with Lauren and everybody and try to, get a feel for how they played, and I took account into how they played and kind of took what they taught me and put it into my game, and it really helped me.
Yeah. Well, if Berea wins Monday, you get them Wednesday. That would be a lot of fun, huh?
It would be. They're definitely a great team. They've had the same people for several years now. So, how can you not build, a good team culture and, style of play? So, if they win, it'll be a tough game, but I think it'll be good. It's an exciting district game. We might meet them later in the season, too. So, I'm excited.
Yeah, that definitely would mean you guys have never won this thing, the All-A. The school's boys team won it a few years back, but the girls team has never won it. So, obviously, it's going to be tough to beat Berea, but if you beat them, you get to go to the finals, and you get a chance to do that for the first time and make some more history.
Yes, we are very excited. We were close to winning last year, but we just couldn't do it. It's always the fourth quarter and third quarter that we just got tired and we couldn't get it. But now I think this year it's different, is that we can all play 4 quarters, which is very big into how to win a game. It's basketball of 2 halves, so you got to just do it.
Yeah. Well, you guys had kind of an interesting off season, to say the least. You went through three head coaches there in a few months.
Yeah.
Obviously with Candace Wells not coming back, and then Derek Robinson was hired, and then he left the program. And then luckily Lee was on the staff already, so you were familiar with her. So just kind of talk about that whole process there, and had to be. I don't say frustrating, but it was
challenging. It was definitely something none of us were expecting. Coach Wells had told us that she wouldn't be returning, and that was really hard for everybody because that's all we had ever known.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we found out over the summer, we got a new coach. Everybody was excited. We weren't necessarily prepared for the change yet, and some of the changes that would be implemented with the way he coached. But we learned from him the month that he was there. So then for him to resign, it was the best thing for him. He got his dream job basically back at home. So we all understood. So then we were kind of left with, what are we going to do? And we were kind of nervous. And so then Lee stepped up, and it was a really nice adjustment because everybody loves Lee, and she has been such a rock for everybody, even when Coach Wells was here as an assistant coach. And she has absolutely killed her position. And I think she has made our team something, and she showed us potential that we didn't know we had. And so I think it's been really positive this year. And you can see it in our record. We're winning games that aren't necessarily easy, but and all the games that we've lost, they're close and we're battling. So I think credit goes to her because she is awesome. It was really awesome.
Yeah. And you guys were really close with Candace. That had to be, that wasn't easy, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't. All of us were just emotional whenever she told us that, she wasn't going to be coaching next year, and it was our senior year. We were all devastated and very upset. But it's good to have Coach Lee as our coach now because she was with us our freshman year. So it's good that she stayed and she took on the role of being our head coach to watch us and help us and teach us.
Okay, all right. Well, in addition to you guys have never won the All-A, the 11th Regional All-A, you guys' last district championship was 1976, is that right? 1976?
That's right, yes.
So that would be obviously, in addition to the 20 wins, is another goal I'm sure you guys would love to finish out your careers with.
Yeah. Absolutely. A district has always been kind of an end goal. I feel like that's kind of what everybody wants. Or even making it to a second round game because then you get to participate in the region a little bit and get to play more games. Everybody wants to play more games. Yeah. I think we're going to work hard, and I think we're going to prepare the best we can for districts, and we have no idea who we're going to play yet. So, we know each of the teams very well, so we can prepare for them accordingly, but... Yeah, it'd be great to win a district senior year.
That bad banner's up on the gym out there.
It would be great
1976.
To put 2022 on a banner next to 1976. So
yeah, that would definitely be a good way to finish it out.
Yeah.
All right, well, appreciate you guys coming in. Good luck to you. Like I said, Monday night it is Berea and LCA, and the winner gets to face you guys in the second round on Wednesday. The championship game is on Saturday. So good luck to you, and good luck to everybody else. And like I said, We get at least we get one Madison County team in the final. That would be great. So
Yes.
if you or you guys are Berea, either one, would be great though. So
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank
Good luck to you the rest of the way. And that'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. We'll be back next week with a new edition, premiering Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. And as always, the best place to follow us is on Twitter at Richmond R Sports and on Facebook at Register Sports. So have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.